Hello, we're close to our final destination of a 3-day Disney World travel day. We've traveled from Amsterdam to London Heathrow, stayed the night there, then traveled from London Heathrow to Washington Dulles. We stayed the night there, saw the sights around the capital in the morning before taking a flight from Ronald Reagan International Airport, that's DCA, here to Orlando, Florida. We're now driving to our final destinations, which is for the Wilderness cabins. We'll be staying here for 10 days. Really looking forward to it. Really had enough of traveling now, and we're going to show you some impressions of this favorite resort of ours in this video. Just a bit of background information on what Fort Wilderness is. It's a large Disney World resort. It basically sort of represents the great American outdoor life, camping, RVing, being in the woodlands. And that's kind of the vibe they try to recreate here. There's 3 options you can have here. You can rent a space to pitch a tent. There's RV parking with all the necessary hookups of water, electricity and sewer, and they're renting out cabins. And the cabins is where we're going to stay in this trip. All the Disney World resorts are gated. That means you just can't enter the property without passing through a security checkpoint. If you have already checked in, then you can take the right side lane and you can open the gate with your magic band or your ticket pass. If you are not already checked in like we are, you go to the left and they will check your details and let you through to finalize the check-in. All checked in. I'm sitting here waiting in the golf cart for my wife to come by in the car. She will drive the car to the cabin and I will follow her in the golf cart. Arrived at the cabin. It's got a deck with some seats, it's got a barbecue, and this is the little street we are on. So let's take you inside. The first thing that hits you as you enter the cabin is a big kitchen, and then if you turn to the right you can see there's a living area with a nice big TV, dining table. And they also have one of these, I think it's an Amazon Alexa devices there, which is really Disney orientated. What we really like is the space you have. You've got a dining area, a sitting area and a kitchen. It's a bit bigger than it looks on the video. The kitchen has everything, you've got the toasters, you've got a washing machine, coffee maker, a hob, a microwave and a big fridge that makes ice. Heading towards the back of the cabin, that's where you find the main bedroom and also the bathroom. The bathroom isn't that big, but it has everything. It has a nice sink, toilet, a shower with a small tub. Yeah, and they even have some H2O products still here. Bedroom isn't the biggest. It has a small queen bed, 2 bunk beds if you have small children. Better not put your grandparents in there. And also it has a safe, an ironing board and a TV in the room. So that concludes our little tour. I hope you have a little insight into why we like it so much. It's the space, it's the amenities, it's that we've got a fridge here and we can cook something, we can have a breakfast here. Yes, it's a bit dated, but they are building new cabins as we speak. It's just a very nice place to come back to after a very busy day in the crowded parks and the heat of Florida. So after a comfortable night in the cabin, we're going to take you around the resort area. As you can see, all the cabins are on the street. They have their own parking spaces and also a place to park your golf cart and charge your golf cart. Every street is a loop, so you got your little neighborhood. There's about 8 cabin loops and about double that, I think, of RV and campsite parking. So in the cabins you do get housekeeping, that is every other day. They will bring you fresh towels, take out your trash and also replenish anything that is used. They do a full service, I think it is every 4 days, but don't hold me to that. The loop ends on a main road, and as you can see across our loop they are building the new cabins. Hopefully later we get a better shot of them. We're filming this in May, and by the time you're going to see this, it should be in July, so the cabins should be open by now and people are already staying in it. Just pulling up to our comfort station. For us it's a place where we can do our laundry and you can dry it, and they've got a very handy app in which you can see the status of your laundry or your clothes being dried. So close to our cabin is one of the 2 pools that this resort has. This is the small pool. It's open from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. Out of respect of privacy of a person that was there, I will not film the pool, but it's a swimming pool. It's a square thing with water in it. There's so much activities all around the resort. Here we've got a basketball hoop. Down the road there's a volleyball, actually a beach volleyball pitch. So there's a lot to do here. On the right there you can see all the golf carts parked. That's just where you can collect them and drop them off. Behind the golf carts you can see the roof of the RV entrance, and here's the main reception center. It's got a bus stop, it's got a luggage holding facility, and of course the main reception building. So next to the reception is this massive parking lot. This is the overflow parking. People can park their car or RV there if they, for instance, have checked out and want to spend another day in the park, or if they have too many cars, to park at the campsite or at the cabin. I'm not sure if there's an extra cost involved in this, so let me know in the comments if you know. Just down there is the bus stop. This is where all the buses arrive and depart to the theme parks, and also where you got the connecting buses to different locations within the Fort Wilderness Resort. Let me show you the electric cart parking at the bus stop. It's amazing. Maybe I should explain this golf cart thing, because I've mentioned the golf cart I think a couple of times. It is a big resort. And basically you can't use a car to travel within the resort. You can get to your parking spot at your RV site or at your campground or at your cabin, but basically all the facilities don't have parking spots. So the workaround for that is they rent out golf carts, and a lot of people use these golf carts to get around the resort. We do. It's great fun, and it's a very nice way to travel around this resort. Did I mention they've got horses here? And yes, you can ride them here at the Circle D Ranch. Look at the size of those RVs, and did you spot the RV bus that was towing a pickup truck, and in the bed of the pickup truck was a golf cart. So a total inception of vehicles there. Just amazing, especially coming from Europe. We don't see RVs this big, nor caravans this big. It's nice to drive around and see the difference in the culture here. Just pulled up to show you the Meadow. The Meadow is sort of the central activities area here on the campgrounds. I'm just going to drive on a bit and we'll show you some of the activities that they've got here. That is the main swimming pool on the left. As we pull up, and you can see that you can play shuffleboard here. There's archery classes you can take. You can rent bikes. There are Segway tours. So there's a lot to do here. So we found a parking spot behind the bike barn. I'm now going to walk to the front. Straight ahead is the swimming pool, the main swimming pool. And there's also an arcade here, and I think you can play some pool and other stuff. We're just going to walk to the front now, and down there you can see some more lawn games. For the kids, well, I guess it's mostly kids that will enjoy it. You can buy a bag of pay dirt and rinse it out here and search for those semi-precious stones. Life jackets means we can go on the water, and yes, they also rent out canoes here. And last but not least, there's a cornhole game. So coming here at the back, you come to the place where they have the Chip and Dale sing-along. Chip and Dale, yeah, you can sing along with Chip and Dale. Chip and Dale are two Disney characters, the chipmunks, so they kind of represent Fort Wilderness. Also they show movies at this location. They've got a food truck, there are campfires. It gets very busy here in the evenings, so we avoid it because we come to Fort Wilderness for the peace and quietness. But of course there's lots of families here doing all sorts of family activities. So driving out the way we came, past the swimming pool, that is where the big meadow is. There's tennis courts there, and there's also a beach volleyball court, and they've got some public barbecues there with some covered seating, which is also needed with the Florida weather, which can be unpredictable. So another great thing here is that you can bring your dog to the resorts. Well, I guess that is for Americans. Please don't bring your dogs from overseas just to visit Disney World. But they've got some dog parks in the resort where you can let your dog off the leash. You can walk your dog on the leash, of course, but here you can come and let them run around a bit. It's also next to a kids park, which is probably to keep the kids busy whilst your dog is having a good time. Well, everybody that drives a golf cart around the resort will recognize this pole, the pole of doom, as it's also being called. Just made that up. And we're now heading for the last major, if not the biggest major area under the resort. Actually, there on our right, they are building more of the new DVC cabins. Really looking forward to that. Yeah, and this is sort of the central hub next to the lake. From where we just parked our cart, we're going to walk to the marina. And there on our right hand side we will pass one of two trading posts that are on this whole resort area. Basically you can buy there Disney merchandise, but also basic groceries, drinks and snacks. So it's very handy if you're camping here. We are now arriving what is one of the biggest draws for us to come to this resort. Here's the beach. Of course the beach is much too hot in the summer, but it's a great place where we come in the evenings, get a cocktail there beyond us and sit here and drink a cocktail whilst watching the sun go down. But also you can watch the fireworks from the Magic Kingdom from here, and they pipe in the music. The water pageant comes by this resort, and here there's also a marina where you can rent boats. There's fishing excursions, there's the fireworks at night excursion. I mean, it's just a wonderful place to hang out, especially when it's not too hot. Just ahead of us is a boat departing for the Magic Kingdom. Yes, you can take the boat from here to the Magic Kingdom, so bypassing the busy transport center, the parking lots and the crowds on the boat. It's a great luxury. Also coming back in the evening, it's wonderful because you come back here, you jump in your golf cart and you just drive back to your cabin or RV. Also there's boats that will take you to Wilderness Lodge, and there's another line that will take you to the Contemporary Resort. That's also an added benefit because then you can take the monorail there around all those resorts on the Seven Seas Lagoon, or even go to Epcot. So the transport here is just really great. From the marina it's a short walk back to our golf cart, and our golf cart is parked at what is called Pioneer Hall. That's basically a place where they have an arcade, This is the cocktail or drinks window, so where you can get a cocktail to go, and that is the one we take to the beach. And there's also a restaurant here called Trails End. Last but certainly not least is Pioneer Hall is also home of the Dee Doo Review. That's a musical review show, dancing, singing, comedy. It's based on olden Western style. It seems to be great fun. It's also a dining experience, so whilst the show is going on, you're getting a family style meal. We haven't done it yet, but we are certainly working up the courage to go and visit it in the near future. This is a resort that just keeps giving past the bus stop here. This is actually the bus which you take from the main gate, and that will take you here. So it's it's an internal bus, but we're heading towards that big building there in the distance. This is the Tri-Circle D Ranch, basically where they house the working horses of Disney World. So you'll see here the horses that, for instance, pull the tram and such, and the carriages that you can also rent here in the Fort Wilderness or in Port Orleans Resort. Next to that, you can get really up close to the horses, no petting. There's also some historic items on display, and there's a nice picture presentation of the relationship of Disney with horses, and also for the young children there are pony rides here. So almost at the end of the tour here, we're just going to take the golf cart up to the second trading post. Golf cart rental isn't cheap, and they're about $70 per day. So, you know, that really adds up in a longer stay. And they also rent out 6-person golf carts. So this is the second trading post. I think it's the larger of the two trading posts. It's also in the center of the resort. As you can see, there were also some parking spots for cars. Basically, it's got the same collection. You know, it's got the basic first aid needs, merchandise, park merchandise, resort merchandise, and all the basic food stuff and snacks. And they also sell water here. There is alcohol on sale here, and also they sell firewood, and they've got some ice also that you can take back to your RV or cabin. So this concludes our tour around Fort Wilderness. I hope I managed to get across you know, why we like this resort so much. I'm sure it's not everybody's cup of tea, so to say, but we enjoy it. We really enjoy this oasis of peace and tranquility within the very busy Orlando tourist area. So thank you for watching. Next year we're going to stay in the new DVC cabins here at Fort Wilderness, so I'm sure there will be a report on that. Please like and subscribe, that's very important to keep this channel growing. So once again, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.